be a madman if you don't like Chinese style takeout chicken wings. And here we are today. You saw the title of the video. We're doing those crispy wings that you get at the Chinese takeout joint, whether you're in North America or wherever. I'm sure there's a version of this somewhere laying around that you all always reach for when you're ordering Chinese food. This is a hit in my house. It's become very expensive to buy it. I think 8 pieces is about $15-16 now, so I make it at home. Polly loves these crispy wings. And when you have a 4-year-old who is a very picky eater and he likes the chicken wings, it's made quite often. As far as the seasoning goes, I've got 3 pounds of chicken wings here, which has been divided between the flats and the drumettes. I've given them a serious wash. I am from the Caribbean, so we wash our chicken. You don't have to if you're concerned about the reports you've been reading. Yeah, now that we're clear about that, you're going to drain them dry. And you're going to give them a once over for any sort of feathers that may still be there, because you're not trying to serve this with feathers. You're going to need black pepper, white pepper, garlic powder, sugar, yes, sugar, soy sauce, Shaoxing wine, which is that Chinese cooking wine, sesame oil. You're going to give that a good mixy mix. After you mix it, by the way, the full printable recipe, exact amounts will be available at caribbeanpot.com. Then you're going to go in with an egg, cornstarch, just all-purpose flour, and you're going to give it a good mix. Now, if you want this spicy, you can go in with your favorite pepper sauce or hot sauce. Totally up to you. I mentioned earlier, Polly is going to be eating this, so I'm not venturing in that direction right now. If you wanted to put some oyster sauce in there, a tablespoon of oyster sauce will give it a lovely flavor. You're going to give that a good tossy toss, and you're going to let it marinate for 2 hours. Yeah, bring it back up to room temperature before frying. Look who's back, the big massive wok. If you guys have been following me since 2009, you would have seen this used in many recipes back then. And I'm using a wok. You don't need a wok, and I'm using something that's wide. I really want the wok because it's wide. My other wok is a lot smaller, and my frying pans are smaller. If you have a deep fryer, cool, flex your deep fryer. Anyhow, the reason for it is because when it splatters, it's going to catch here. And yes, it's still going to make some mess on the stove, but not as much. We've talked about this before, about the cleanup after. Vegetable oil, I have close to 7 cups of vegetable oil in here. Whatever oil you like frying in, totally up to you. Again, we're flexible like that. Yeah? So whether you use a wok or not, it's up to you. Whether you use vegetable oil, it's up to you. But the point is, we're trying to get this to 325 degrees. What we're going to do is double fry these wings. So we're going to toss them in here, being gentle, into the hot oil, 325 as I said. We're going to give them ample time to cook in there for a bit. We're going to remove them. We're going to bring the oil up to 350 degrees and give them a second sort of crispy fry. And as I've done in the past, what I like doing is, once whatever I'm frying, chicken wings, chicken legs, chicken thigh, whatever I'm frying, I usually, and if you look over here, I have a cookie sheet with a rack on there. I don't like using paper towels because I find where the chicken or whatever you fry sit on that paper towel, it becomes soggy. With the wire rack, it's elevated so air can go through and the excess oil will be able to drip onto the pan. Then it's just a matter of adding the wings to the wok. Yeah, and you can do it in a couple batches, just not to overcrowd the situation too much. What I like doing is giving them a little shake once I toss them into the hot oil here, just to make sure they don't stick to the bottom of the wok that I'm using, or whatever vessel you decide to fry them in. Yeah, it's been about 8 minutes, and you can see it's starting to take on some color, but we're not too worried about the color at this point, because when we double fry it, we'll get a nice golden color as well. And from past experience, I know once you remove chicken pieces or whatever you're frying from the oil, as it cools, it darkens up further. So I'm just going to start removing these, but I'm going to start with the flats first, because the drumettes are a bit thicker, so I'll leave them in. I'm just giving them a shake, and you can see some nice little color that we got on there. But again, don't stress too much about the color at this point. Yeah, all I'm doing now is putting in the second batch. because once you crowd that pan, it's going to drop the oil temperature. So I really recommend you do it in 2 batches at least. Again, we're going to hit that little shake just to move them around to get coated with that oil, that hot oil. And then we're going to leave them for another 8 or 9 minutes or so, as we did with the first batch. The second set is all done now. You can see again, nice and crispy, but here's where we're going to really crank things up for the crispiness. Yeah, and the nice golden color is the double fried, as I said. So I'm going to take them out, allow the oil to go back, well, not to go back, but to go up to 350 degrees. Remember, we started off at 325, and we're going to second fry them. Now, in the second fry process here, I'm not going to worry too much about crowding the pan, because they're fully cooked all the way through as far as I'm concerned. Second fry time, like I said, I crowded the pan, but small thing. You just want to get this in here for about 3 or 4 minutes, nothing too much, just to give it that nice crispy exterior and to help get the color a little bit more golden. Because after all, we eat with our eyes first, so a nice pretty golden color. Come on, man, but I have to admit it's going to be proper. 4 minutes later, and it's just a matter of taking them out and putting them back on the wire rack and get ready to enjoy. We just made Chinese style takeout chicken wings. Yes, boy, look at the color on that now. Tell me that I'm proper. Gosh, I hope you like incorporation with me, you know, because I'm going on about how nice this thing looking. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Always a pleasure having you all in the kitchen with me. If you wanted to, you can sprinkle on some salt on there, totally up to you all. A dip? No, we're gonna fight. Don't ask me anything about dip. This is to be enjoyed exactly how you see them here. Allow them to cool down first now. I know they're looking good, and I know you want to get in there, but you're gonna burn your mouth. The roof of your mouth is gonna be crying for hours. All right, it's so simple. A little bit of salt, again, if you wanted to.